Hey guys, and happy Sunday, Saturday, whatever weekend. So first of all, holy crap, Destiny. We're gonna be talking about Destiny. I'm gonna write this down when I say it so I don't forget it. We happy few. And don't starve. So without further ado, let's get into it. Why are you so high? You need to bring yourself down a little bit. Okay, good. Oh, wait, so the first thing I want to talk about is, by the way, last week, you haven't went and checked out that Let's Talk. Far more important than this one. It's just like me being excited. Also, dogs are going ham. We'll talk about that in a minute. In fact, we'll talk about that like right after this. But anyways, the last video is way more important. Go check that one out. I give a well-deserved creator a shout out, and he is so nice about it. In fact, he did make a reply to the video. Okay, yeah, this Let's Talk may be really long because I want to talk about a lot of stuff. Fucking shit, dogs. Did someone get murdered? Please stop. Anyways, so in the last video I talked about Mike Atrocity. That is his name, by the way, Mike. I'm just gonna say Mike. We tried to call him MK. I just feel like a fucking Anyway, so he did make a reply. It's in his, oh my god, what part was it? God damn it. I think it was in his part 11 of his Inside. I will link it just so you guys can find it easily. Hopefully it's on the screen unless I forget, which hopefully I don't. But yeah, he just said a really sweet thank you in his video, Inside the game Inside. Okay. Oh, that was weird. You know, he's in part 4 of Inside. Again, I'm gonna link it, so I don't know why I'm going so in detail with this. It doesn't really matter. But anyways, one of the things he said is he just said that he was happy that I did it. He was appreciative, and it was awesome. One of the things he actually left in the comments was he was asking if, well, he said he was going to make a video about it, basically talking about the fact that I gave him a shout out and trying to give me one back, which is awesome and amazing. Except I always reply to that type of comment in a weird way, and I hope, no, real quick, I just want to make sure that people understand why I go at it that way. So for instance, he was saying that he was going to make another video basically saying thank you / telling his fans about me, which is really nice. But I always comment when people do when they say that, like they'll be mentioning this in a video. I always tell them that that's not needed. The reason why is because it's not, to me, it's I didn't do it because I know there are some channels out there, and I'm a very much a cynical person. Like I always would rather see the dark, messed up side of things opposed to like the rainbows and the stuff that doesn't really exist. I'd rather see stuff bare bones as it is than to try to be like, there's hope there. I'd rather be like, well, I don't know, man. Very cynical person can just be put like that. So I'm very aware that some people do shout outs and that kind of thing to kind of garner support, because oftentimes when someone talks about you, you want to talk about them back, especially if it's in a positive light. And that's kind of the way they build their channel, is weirdly enough just by being like, they love everybody and just trying to be like everyone's right hand man, which is not my case. I wasn't trying to tell you guys about him so that he could tell you his fans about me. That was not the case. And that's one of those weird gray subjects for me that I want people to know that I'm fine with you making a video that's like thanking me. In fact, that's awesome. It always cheers me up to see that, like, you know, someone directly talking to me the same way I directly talk about them, in a positive light, mind you. And yeah, I just want to make sure a person knows that it's not needed, albeit it's massively appreciated. It's not needed because it's, I don't know, yeah, I feel like I want people to know that I'm not doing it for that reason. And I also feel like sometimes it can come across kind of weird, almost like someone being like, can I do this for you? And then you being like, no. Because honestly, I've had a shout out beforehand, and if somebody were to tell that to me, I'd probably be having an attitude about it. Like if they were like, hey dude, go check out this channel. And then I was like, oh dude, I'm gonna make a video about you. And then they were like, no. I'd be like, the fuck? The fuck you just say to me? I'm making a goddamn video about you. So I get that it sometimes can be misunderstood as being like, don't tell me what to do kind of situation, or I'm going to make this goddamn video. It's not me telling you so much it is me just being like, I want to make sure that you know that you didn't have to do that. Like, if you want to do it, that's fine, but I just want to make sure that you know that I didn't do it for that reason. I did it because I think you're great, and if you don't want to even look at me again, that's fine. That's not why I did it. It's not because I want a response. It's because I did it because I think you deserve it. Kind of like giving a gift to somebody. It's almost like if I were to give you a shoe or whatever, and you were to give me a book, that'd be a transaction. That'd be like a business transaction. Whereas if you were to give me a book and I was like, oh, thanks, man, you know what, here, take this, that's fine. Like, that's someone giving you something opposed to letting you have it. You know what I mean? There's kind of like that weird balance. I'm not sure you guys get what I mean, but yeah, that's kind of just the way I feel about it. Basically, I just want people to know that I'm genuine about it. I'm not trying to do it for some sort of ulterior motive, because I have a very cynical mind and that's not always working in my favor. But regardless, if you guys do want to go see it, it's the Inside video again. It starts at part, I think, 2:30. That's the time in which he's like, hey man, thanks, and it's super quick, sweet and kind. You guys go watch it. Yeah, made me smile. And yeah, also we both have a ridiculous amount in common, like the fact that our first videos are like sad. Oh, what was your name? Oh my god. I wanted to, oh shit. I watched Mike Atrocity's first video and he called himself something special, and we're gonna go find that because this is worth it. Also, dude, your thumbnail game is on point. This is not the entire video, mind you. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Skyromite. That was his alias back then when he first started uploading. Mwah! that is a little bit funny to me. But anyways, regardless, too funny. If you want to go back and watch my first video, it's Shadows of the Damned. Go look for that playlist. Go watch it if you want, and it's brutal. It's real bad. I'm like, it's just really bad. Anyways, not the point. The point is that I got his name wrong. We covered that, and I also wanted to make it so you guys knew about his little shout out that he gave me, which is awesome. Oh wait, no, that was the thing I wanted to talk about. That was something that I wanted to kind of dominate a big portion of this video, and it's the idea that in that video, that like reply to my video, inside, he said one of the things I kind of hate hearing, and the reason why I don't like hearing it is it's purely from a place that is very much me just flustered a bit because I know that people don't know what they're like, what they have that impact on. Like for instance, I have a buddy who had 100 followers on Twitch, and he's been doing it for 4 years, really casually, and he's got 100 followers on Twitch. He was just like, yeah, dude, I hit 100, and I'm like, why the fuck aren't you amped about that? Like, that's 100 fucking people. If you were to actually think about, like, so many people take an audience and compare it to people. That's the worst thing you can do in any media form in the slightest. And when it comes to Twitter, Facebook, anything, YouTube, Twitch, if you compare yourself to another person, you're gonna feel just sick. Like, it's gonna be a shit feeling. And that's where I kind of come from that. So when in the video, the inside video, his reply was super nice and etc. But he said one thing that I got a little bit like, I won't say that, man. In fact, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I wrote a little bit more. I'm not sure if you've seen the read more. I wrote a pretty big comment. You have to hit the read more to get more. It's the whole thing. Anyway, one of the things he said, well, you know, Frost, it's, I don't have the biggest audience, but I gotta do something to try to give back to what you did. And to me, I'm like, stop, don't say that. Do not say that at all. It wasn't coming from a place where he didn't appreciate his audience or nothing like that. It came from a place that everybody eventually at one point is going to be in, which is when you feel like you didn't give enough, and that's I hate that so much, because it happens a lot on stream and streamers. And one of the things I hate seeing is where people favor, like for instance, if you guys don't know how Twitch works, there's this thing called subscribers. It's not the same as followers. Followers are YouTube subscriptions, basically. Except on Twitch. On Twitch, subscriptions mean you pay $5 a month to that streamer, and usually they have like a special icon that comes up and says your name, so it's kind of neat for you to be like, hey, I'm there supporting you, everybody see, which is nice. But I feel like not the worst channels, but I don't really like how some Twitch channels, and I'm not telling them how to do what they want to do, but I hate how some Twitch channels actually go about that subscription thing really weird. Basically what they do is they make it so only people who are subscribed to the channel, aka pay $5 a month, get a comment, which is a point of Twitch, is interaction with your audience. Now I get it if you're getting bombarded by a lot of people, like maybe 100 people, or sorry, 10,000 people are on your Twitch channel and the chat is just going crazy, you can't even keep up with it, then that makes somewhat sense to put it in chat only mode, but not as a consistent theme. I feel like that's just weird and bad. Because one of the things I seen early on that I loved so much, and I learned quite a bit from many sources, is that you give what you have, and the worst kind of people give what they don't have. So for instance, one of my streamers that I look up to on an all-time high is called King Gathalion. One of the ways he runs his channel is no matter what you donate, it is still massively appreciated regardless of the amount. You don't get favoritism just because you donated a stupid amount. The reason why is because his perception, which is much like mine, is you give what you can. And for some people, $10 may be a lot, especially if you're in college or whatever's kicking your ass in life. That is going to be the thing that you're able to give. But say a dude who's in retirement, who had a really nice job, has a lot of money to throw around, and he chooses to throw that at his favorite entertainer. Does that make his donation any less better and or more than the other? I don't think so. Not that it doesn't actually have like, $100 compared to $10 is a difference there when it comes to actually buying stuff, but each person has the same value. That money that they gave has the same value. To that person at least, based on their current situation in life. So same thing with Mike Atrocity and me. The fact that he's saying what he's giving me isn't enough is completely not true. What he's giving me is a perfect amount that he can, which is amazing. He's giving me what he can. That's awesome. That's something that I will always remember, is people give what they can and not what they don't. Like it's bad to make a whole bunch of promises when it's like, I've seen some people who give shout-outs and then they're like, when I get big one day, dude, I'll shout you out like 10 times. It's like, well, don't make that promise. That's a bad promise you make. You're giving something that you do not have, which is not good. So yeah, that was just something that I wanted to quickly rant on a little bit. It wasn't directed at like Mike being, yeah. It was just basically my thoughts on that is that everybody gives what they can, and that's something that is really valuable to me. So yeah, Mike, we're 100% settled, even though it was more of a giving thing instead of a transaction, whatever. Regardless, thank you. And yeah, I appreciate the shout out 100%, not any lesser than mine. Cool? Cool. Other things that we gotta talk about. First of all, still sick. Bullshit thing on that. Other thing, voice kind of shake there. Destiny. Oh my god, guys. Okay, so if for those guys who do not know, I'm very much somewhat a Destiny channel. Or at least I started that way. When I got to 300k subs, I think I was actually primarily Destiny focused, and a lot of people kind of came to my content with that mindset, like, you know, expecting Destiny. With the occasional Let's Play and Don't Starve and all those other things. But for the main part, I covered Destiny for a lot, and I still plan to do that. It's just in a really dry period right now, and I feel like I wanted to play some other games, Battleborn being the one I chose, and whew, that was really great because no one else was playing that game, and a lot of people gave me a chance when it came to that game, and commentating and entertaining and all that kind of stuff, so that was really nice. And yeah, side note, gotta improve on enunciating words. I'm starting to realize I mumble a slight bit, gotta fix it. Problems, man. Regardless, I don't want this video to be too long, so basically, there's a ton of channels that have already covered the Destiny, Game Informer, new expansions. Basically, you know in Call of Duty how you can get like special modifiers to your character, like unlimited sprint speed. Your abilities charge way faster, but at the penalty of your super slash secondary weapon. You know, in Call of Duty, that's probably what it'd be. Another one being you have a massive resistance to dots, to explosives. That'd be probably being Call of Duty. Basically, Destiny's implementing the same thing, except it's with your, what are they called? Basically, they're those things that were introduced in the Taken King that are these little gems slash trinkets that you fit on your waist. They can get you the ability to, like, if you kill things with arc grenades, they give you orbs of light. You know, they're those ones. So those are being changed completely, giving you a massive buff and all around kind of changing your character and the way he is played. The one that interests me so much is getting rid of your super and just amplifying your melee and grenades. For those guys who do not know, I have a Warlock build, which is just all grenades, and oh my god, having an additional reduction to that penalty would be sick. You just being able to chuck grenades like crazy. But then again, I'm not sure if it gives you another grenade or if it gives you extra recharge. I'd prefer extra recharge because I already can get 2 grenades with gauntlets and whatnot. But regardless, that was one of the cool things that they were talking about. They talked about more of Siva's weaponry, how it could be like corrupted. They talked about most likely there being a PvP matchmaking game mode customization thing, so you can actually customize your own games, which should just be a world of fun. They talked about Sparrow League coming back. They talked about Festival of Lost coming back, those kinds of things. So Destiny's looking bright. So as soon as that expansion drops, dear God, man, guess who's jumping right back on that train? Will any of the other content take a step back? Probably not. Again, Battleborn and Overwatch right now are the contenders that are fighting for the channel's most video made kind of situation. But yeah, the other thing we're talking about is We Happy Few. So I talk about it a lot when we just start up the Let's Play. Like in part 1, I explain, you know, what we're going to be doing, what I do, you know, not talking over dialogue, editing it, that kind of thing. But one of the things that I've seen so often with that game, because I watched a ton of Let's Plays of We Happy Few just because it's such an interesting game. I wanted to see a lot of people's take on it. I find that interesting. But I went and I seen a lot of people play the game, and it's a survival-based game, so that was something that just kind of baffled me, and I thought not a lot of people took advantage of that, at least the Let's Plays that I watched, because everybody was playing it as if it was just a normal playthrough, like just a normal game that you just talk over and commentate, which if any of you guys have ever played a survival game, I feel like that is the worst game to do that with, just because with a survival game, 90% of your time is going to be spent looting, getting resources, just throwing stuff together to see what it can create, making stuff up on the spot. But for the most part, it's a lot of like just work. It's a lot of you making your base, getting items, being kind of cutthroat, especially in We Happy Few. You can steal from everybody and you will thrive if you do that. We do that in the Let's Play. It's great. Anyways, so that was something that I've seen a lot of other Let's Players do, which is just play it like a normal game, like a normal playthrough. And I'm like, I gotta make my own series on this because I think this game is fit perfectly into the genre of like heavily edited video, especially when it's an alpha and nobody knows what to expect and nobody wants to put up with the bullshit glitches and stuff that will happen, which I could just edit out. I could just edit that quest line out. It didn't work. People don't want to see it. I'll only show what does work. And I got that game down pat. Just like Don't Starve, if you play it, if you really play that game and try to learn from it, which is a survival game in its core, is you need to learn how the world works and try to manipulate it as such. You will understand how that game works immediately. Like the fact that you can refill canteens is super important. The fact that there's this mushroom tree that essentially gives you unlimited food if you just keep coming back every night to listen to this couple's story. It got bugged out on me. We'll get into that. The game is an alpha, so it's really buggy. But yeah, I just feel like it's such a good Let's Play that I could do with edited video. And I wanted to give my take on it as well because I thought the game was beautiful. And yeah, expect that in the future. That is going to be a game that we're going to be ever so slightly uploading just because it is an alpha. 50% of the game is there. The story is not. But yeah, we're going to be going over stuff as they come. So for instance, we have side missions right now. We're going to be trying to do all of them. Even if some are broken, I might have to restart the game and do them again, which is fine. And then when the actual story comes out, we'll be doing that. And then when the full game releases, we might be doing a full-on walkthrough because at that point, I hope that we have enough information to kind of do a walkthrough. And yeah, so we expect some We Happy Few. And I'll be trying to do my best to showcase that game. I want to make sure that that's the wording I'm using. I don't want to share my experience so much as I want to showcase that world because that world looks so beautiful. The same as Don't Starve. And that brings us to our last topic. After Fallout, I said that we would do Don't Starve. Now, for those guys who do not know, Don't Starve, I have a lot of my fan base, if you want to call it that, is very much based around Don't Starve. It was the first game I ever really put a lot of effort into when it comes to like editing and, you know, trying to figure out how to make a good walkthrough / Let's Play. And it was one of the first videos that actually did well. Like, you know, some of those, my first Don't Starve videos have like 1,000 views, which is really good for me. I think actually they have a lot more than that, but anyways, not the point. The point is that it was my first series that did really well. So I have a lot of people on my channel that are like, where's the Don't Starve content, man? I subscribe to you for that. I have Shipwrecked on my computer. It's just, I seen We Happy Few, and it's a survival game. And I feel like if you guys will give it a chance, the Don't Starve people, I feel like you'll like it. With that being said, I'm not saying we're not going to do Don't Starve. It's just right now, I'm only one person, so I chose 3 games to cover, which is Battleborn, Overwatch, it was Fallout 4, and now I think it's going to be We Happy Few. Now, that doesn't mean that we're not going to be playing Destiny when it comes out. That probably is going to take a slot because for those guys who do not know, with edited video, it takes a fuck ton longer to edit. So I can only really have 3 series going. I know a lot of people sometimes have like a bunch of stuff going on, which is fine. It's awesome. But for me, when you edit when you have to rewatch 3 hours worth of gameplay and edit it and cut it down and then separate it into 3 videos, it's a bit much. It's a bit much more to do. And I do YouTube full time, so that's a thing, by the way. Yeah, I know I'm crazy. Yeah, the whole thing. Mind you, I'm not doing it because I'm just like that confident that I'm gonna fucking explode. No, it's just because I love it. Honestly, it's the one thing that I've done that I feel like I'm good at, and I know that's weird and it sounds like emo kid depressing. But it's true. I've watched YouTube my entire life, and I love editing. And that's not necessarily because I like to watch myself or whatever that is. No, it's just because I like the form of editing video, making it clean cut, and also putting something out there that no one, I think, has done. Like, you know, like edited the video down, do a Let's Play of a game that typically isn't edited, and edit it, so that it can be a clean package for you guys. I like thinking that I make that change and put it out there. Regardless if people watch it isn't really my concern, it's just me wanting to create. The videos that I really wanted when I was younger, and I watched a lot of YouTube. I watched YouTube when I was 9. I'm currently 19 right now, so 9 to 19, I've been watching videos on YouTube for a long time. So that's kind of why my videos are so specific, is because I kind of want to make up for that shortcoming that I never got when I was watching YouTube. But yeah, on a side note, this is kind of weird. I know some of you guys are going to be a bit taken back from this, but my parents are pretty fucking great. In fact, so great that they're letting me do this, which is pretty crazy. Just low-key, I am the stereotypical weirdo who's living in his parents' basement, not playing video games so much as editing. That's one of the misconceptions of YouTube, and I say it every fucking time, but it's basically the misconception that you play video games all day. You spend, well, depends on what you do with your videos, but me, I spend 90% of the time editing videos. I play less games now than I did when I was in school, which took up like not half of my day, and then I could go home and just play a game like for 5 hours. I don't do that anymore because I make videos about them, which I also like a lot more. It's weird because you go into that playtime, that gaming experience, whatever, with like a much more amped up mind because you're trying to entertain people, which is also, it makes games a lot more fun, which is really nice. I find it, at least. But yeah, I just thought I'd, fucking tell you guys how fucking amazing my parents are for letting me pursue this crazy dream of mine. And regardless if it never comes true, and I have to like half the channel's content and go, work at a Best Buy or whatever, I will still be doing this. It's something that I feel like I'm good at, and I don't want to leave you guys, as weird as that may sound. May sound really weird, but yeah, I like the idea that I'm there for people, and like making them smile when they may have a shit day, or giving them the chance to breathe when life sometimes starts to put a lot of pressure on someone. That's why I think YouTube videos are great about, is that they allow people to get a breath when life decides to kick you down. Because oftentimes that's what happens. I find like when maybe you're in school and your teacher's being a bastard, or maybe you failed that test or whatever, and you're so in your head about it, and you're so trapped, and you're so like crazily mind boggled. Going to a video, for me at least, was my escape, was my ability to just calm down, breathe, get out of my head, and watch something goofy, funny, or intense, or interesting. That's why I think YouTube videos have the power to do in generally every entertainment piece. So yeah, that's why I do YouTube. Didn't really plan on squeezing that in there, but I did. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching as always, and bye guys. Also, listen to Toby. I didn't forget.
Like, comment, and subscribe! Yeah!
Toby's the best. Hey guys, me here in post. I messed up. I wanted to let you guys know that last week we did actually stream, but I made the video, didn't publish it, so it was weird. Kind of was wondering why we didn't have that many. Well, we did have quite a bit of viewers on Twitch actually, but I was wondering why the talkative people that were usually in chat aren't necessarily there. That was why, probably, maybe, or you guys just didn't give a shit. That might have been also the case. But I think it was because I didn't publish the video on YouTube to let you guys know that I was going live. Because a lot of you guys don't connect your Twitch to your notifications, which is by all means makes sense. Yeah, I'm sure some of you guys don't want to be having me yell at you every time I go to a stream. But if it's a YouTube video, it's kind of like, it kind of fades into the noise of YouTube and a bunch of videos that you got in your timeline. Anyways, yeah, so I just want to let you guys know that. Also, I didn't mention in this video because we had so much to talk about, but I'm not going to be streaming this week. At least I don't think so. I might do it on Monday or Tuesday or something like that, just because my brother's actually getting married and I got to go do a wedding this entire whole weekend type of situation, spend time with family, all that good stuff. So that is what that is. And yeah, okay, cool. Just want to let you guys know that. That's why there will be no stream this weekend. And I messed up last stream because I didn't publish the video that I made to tell you guys it was streaming.